Somebody get water from
It's all under control. Under control. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So I chose a very well-known verse, and I think everyone can catch it. From Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, entitled The Age of Deterioration, text 51. Kalyadosa niderajan, asti eko mahangana, Kirtana Deva Krishnasya, Mukta Sangha Param Vraje, Kalidosa Niderajan, Astyeko Mahanguna, Kirtana Deva Krishnasya, Mukta Sangha Param Vraje. Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Astiyeko Mahanguna.
Astiyeko Mahanguna.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Astiyeko Mahanguna.
Astiyeko Mahanguna.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya. Mukta Sangha Param Vraje. Ladies.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Astyeko Mahanguna.
Astyeko Mahanguna.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Kaledosha Niderajan.
Astyeko Mahanguna.
Astyeko Mahanguna.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Kirtana Deva Krishnasya.
Mukta Sangha Param Vraje.
Kale, of the age of Kali, Dosanide, in the ocean of folds, Rajan, O King, Asti, there is, he, certainly, Eka, one, Maha, very great, Gunaha, good quality, Kirtana, by chanting, Eva, certainly, Krishnasya, of the holy name of Krishna, Mukta Sangha, liberated from material bondage. Param, the to the transcendental spiritual kingdom.
To the transcendental spiritual kingdom.
Vraje, one can go.
One can go.
Translation. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Purport. After mentioning the innumerable faults of this age of Kali, Sukadeva Goswami now mentions its one brilliant aspect. Just as one powerful king can kill innumerable thieves, one brilliant spiritual quality can destroy all the contamination of this age. It is impossible to overestimate the importance of chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Especially in this fallen age. Om Jnana Timirandasya Kanandana Savakaya Sakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapanam Vandeham Siguro Siyudhapadakamanam Siguro Vaisalamsta Sirupam Sagradatam Sahaganaratam Ditam Tam Shriva Savitam Savagatam Nagritanam Saritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganaratam Sri Sarakam Ditam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I tried to lose the choir, but you guys did well. What can I say? Kalidosa Nidaraja, the ocean of faults of the age of Kali, as a result of our prarabdha karma. Or there's two types of karma, prarabdha karma and the aparabdha karma. Prarabdha karma means that karma which is manifest, the symptoms are manifest. So anadbhavanti bhutani parjanyatana sambhava, we see that the grains that are produced are depending on rainfall. So in that verse of the Bhagavad Gita, we see that there is an intricate relationship between the behavior of the individuals on the planet and the behavior of nature. Something that is greatly overlooked in our modern world. Where thoughts are, everything is going on by chance, somehow or other. So we are facing a world externally which is giving us many hardships due to so many sinful reactions that we're facing. Therefore, we're being harassed by governments that exploit people, harassed by ruthless businessmen who are running companies that exploit people. And we see early in the morning big traffic jams, late at night traffic jam. In London, the tube, which is like a big vacuum cleaner, sucking up people in the morning, and then spitting them out at night. That kind of thing. Right? I saw a school class in New York with their teacher, and the teacher was just saying, "Go, go, go, go." Perfect education. So in this way, we can see the kind of world we're living in. Prabhupada is speaking about factories as the dungeons of the demons and like that. The external circumstances are tough. The internal circumstances are not much better. Aparabdha phalam papam kutam philam ukam. Kramanaiva praliyata Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. It is explaining in the Vishnu Purana that the heart is filled with a stock of so many sinful reactions And this stock of sinful reactions creates a sinful inclination. And therefore, we are inclined. We're just inclined. Endlessly inclined towards sinful activity. And it's difficult. Just very difficult to hold it back. So hard. So very hard. And then, of course, there is devotional service. In the Nectar of Devotion, devotional service is described as, and it said devotional service benefits us in many ways. It begins with klesa gni, or it destroys suffering. So that is a big point, because with all these sinful inclinations that we may have, we are creating more misery. We're already facing the misery from our previous sinful activities, and now we're creating more. Sometimes coming in a karmic way, and I'm sometimes seeing interesting developments. For example, they're throwing nuclear waste into the ocean, packed up in blocks of concrete. The waste will be first grade toxic for only 50,000 years and second grade for 300,000 years. So that's quite toxic. And it goes in blocks of concrete into the ocean, and concrete has a duration of life somewhere maximum between 80 to 120 years. And you know, unless it's German concrete, then it might just go another 25 years. But even then, even that ultimately will not survive. So what can be said? And then that radioactivity will be released in the ocean. The interesting thing is that the people who are doing it, who are actually putting this in the ocean, they will reincarnate and exactly in those places where all that radioactivity is coming out. So they're sort of thinking like, well, we got rid of it and leave some problems for the grandchildren to solve, right? But the reality is they will be the grandchildren. That is the nature of karma. So in this way, we can see how we get entangled. The impurity in our heart is very strong, and even those who have the protection of this movement are finding it very difficult to actually maintain the pure standards that Srila Prabhupada taught. I mean, one who can say that his feet never slip on the spiritual path. Durgane patimen nasyas kalatpadakatir mohu yip kripa swastinanena santa santavalambanam. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is speaking that my path is very difficult. My feet are slipping again and again. So even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is addressing the point. Whether these slips are gross slips where one actually falls down, or whether they are just more subtle, happening internally and taking us away from our real business. Smartavyam satatam Vishnu vismartavyo nabatnajatu sid. To always remember Krishna, never forget him. Even that is a slip on the path. It is said, Santa Santavalambanam, the devotees, they offer the stick of support to stay on that path. So that is our beginning. And where there are devotees, there is the chanting of Hare Krishna, there is kirtan, there is prasadam, there is discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam, and therefore we are anchored. Wherever we come into the association of devotees, we're anchored again from all the turbulence that we are facing internally and externally. All the temptations, all the distractions that pull in our life. All these. So devotional service gives us a great relief. It is klesagni. It it is just suffering. All these distractions and all that passion that is around us, it just makes one very tired. And devotional service is such a relief. To be with the devotees is just very nice. Like such a nice world, actually. A world where spiritual advancement, a world where mercy is in the forefront. What a nice world. It is said, therefore, that devotional service is subhada. And the acharyas are explaining that subhada. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this subhada. It means all auspicious. Devotional service is all auspicious. And why? Why is devotional service all auspicious? It is all auspicious because it makes one love everybody, and therefore it makes one loved by everybody. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. So that is something enormous. I mean, that is a big thing. To start loving everyone. Yes. In the Rig Veda there's also a verse like that which I never memorized the Sanskrit of. It's one of those. There are many verses like that. But this one in particular is saying, let the world look upon me with loving eyes, and let me look with loving eyes upon the world. So that sort of reiterates the same point. Dira priyajana karo. The Sat Goswami Astaka is explaining the position of the 6 Goswamis who were dear to everyone, and everyone was dear to them. They were the well-wisher of all. So that is Vaishnava, and that is the result of devotional service, and that is wonderful. And that, the more that manifests, the more that makes a person into a very attractive person, someone who is just very favorable, who is full of love, who is ready to give and not concerned with himself, ready to benefit others. So this is why devotional service is subhada, it is auspicious. Another reason why devotional service is subhada is because through it one develops all good qualities. Sarva gunagan Vaishnava sarire. It is said all the Sarva Maha Gunagan, all the good qualities, they develop within the body of the Vaishnava. And the second 2 lines I also forgot, so early in the morning. But the second 2 lines of the verse explain that a devotee develops all the good qualities of Krishna. So that is actually why we're developing good qualities. It's logical. It's logical. When you serve someone, then naturally whatever is important to that person will become important to you. So whatever qualities are important to that person, they will also become important to us. And in that way, we'll automatically develop the good qualities of the one we serve. By serving Krishna, we will develop the good qualities of Krishna. Therefore, a Vaishnava has all good qualities. And another reason why devotional service is auspicious is because through that devotional service, we are becoming happy. It's a very simple thing, but kind of essential. Something that one might just overlook in being so busy and, so many varieties of things to see, so many varieties of things to try. But actually, in devotional service, one becomes happy. Yes, it goes deeper. This purification. This is only the beginning, how devotional service sets in. I'm speaking in general terms, although the holy name has been identified as the foremost. The chanting of the holy name is the foremost process of devotional service. Although there are 5 very important processes of bhakti, which are the Panch Anga, or the 5 principal limbs of bhakti, and one of this is worshipping the deities. And immediately, Radha Gopinath is appearing before our eyes, and the transcendental potency is, there's got to be quite a thick wall of false ego if that transcendental potency doesn't penetrate to the consciousness. Everyone gets purified, but those who have a thick brick or thick block of concrete in front of the head may not perceive it. Otherwise, it's quite amazing. So, the mercy of the deities are a prominent factor in our life. Srimad Bhagavatam, a prominent factor in our life, the literary incarnation of Krishna. The Holy Dham, a connection with the Holy Dham. One who has no connection with the Holy Dham cannot fully realize the import of the name. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is explaining that Sri Nam is only fully manifest in Sri Dham. The two are inseparable, since the Nam, or the name, is non-different from Krishna, Abhinat from Nabhinam, you know. Krishna cannot be separated from his Dham. When Krishna comes to this world, his Dham, he brings it with him. Because Krishna has no weight restrictions as to how much luggage he can bring. So, therefore, he brings everything. As simple as that. So, Krishna is bringing the spiritual world. And therefore, the holy name and the Dham are coming side by side. And at least internally, one must enter into the Dham. As is stated by Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha, that Mathura is a state of consciousness. So that is there. But that state is very much nourished by the physical location of the holy dhams. Therefore, somehow or other, we must go to the holy dhams. There, the chanting of the holy name is just coming so much easier, so much more natural than everything. Devotional service is so easy. So, in this way, but every aspect of devotional service is auspicious. And we are not able to chant all the time. I always think at the time of japa retreats or kirtan melas or these kind of activities where we get more absorbed in chanting, I always think, and what comes after? Probably the big crash landing, the exhaustion of the whole event. And then, therefore, usually after the japa retreat come a few days of horrible rounds. Sorry to bring up the practical aspect. And same way with kirtan melas, total exhaustion and sort of a few days in the vegetable state of consciousness. So what to do? The point is that there is no magic solution to take away the element of struggle. The element of struggle will remain, even although there are magic moments where we feel lifted up automatically. But sooner or later we're brought down back to reality, and that we have to do it. We have to lift our hand and put it in the beat bag. Oh my God. All these things we actually have to do. It's, believe it or not. these are apparently small things, but not always. Not always. There are times when that seems like a very small thing, and other times that seems really an insurmountable task. So that brings us to the point where we realize our own weakness. There may be a time that we think, I'm special. What can I do? It's not my fault. I mean, somehow or other, it's my karma. I can't help it. I'm more intelligent than other people. So what to do? Somehow or other, I have many talents. It's unfortunate that others didn't get them, but somehow or other, I've got them all. I don't know what to do. This is a situation I'm faced with, and I'm trying to take it in a humble mood. I'm trying, but sometimes it just gets the better of me, especially when everyone else is extremely stupid. So, in this way, we are trying to be humble. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It takes, therefore, many years in this movement and in this process for most of us, before we come to the point where we actually realize, my God, actually I'm not so intelligent. Jeez, actually I'm not so qualified. And actually, boy, I'm not doing so well. And actually, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I mean, help! To the point where we actually get ready to think, I need mercy. Mercy. I really need mercy. And this stage is the stage where one can really begin, where it's sort of like, the stage where one sincerely begins to think that, boy, I really need it. I need it like anything. This is the stage where spiritual life can sort of really begin. Everything else is the preliminary stage. I chant, do you know how many rounds I chanted on Janmashtami? Do you know? I don't even know if you can count. Of course, a Vaishnava will never disclose. But you want to see the wear and tear on my beads. So, it's difficult. It's just difficult to beat the mind. The mind is so strong. But what happens though? One who is just falling prey to pride again and again will be beaten and beaten and beaten by the material energy. That's basically what will happen to us. And that's Krishna's mercy. And bring us to the point where we finally begin to beg. We become beggars. So spiritual life begins there, by becoming a beggar and realizing that actually somehow or other I am here because of no credit of my own at all. And it is in that stage that one can develop a desire to take shelter. It is about taking shelter. A beggar realizes that he needs shelter. A beggar has nothing. See, anybody else has so much shelter. Oh yes, I've got money. Yeah. Is there a problem? Throw some money at it. No, I have nothing. No good qualities, no power, no money. I have nothing. I'm a beggar. I am, and I'm under threat. I need shelter. I'm under threat of suffering. I need shelter. And I've looked for shelter, but it only increased my suffering. Like Prabhupada speaks how the male donkey is singing very beautifully to charm the female donkey. He goes there, you know, and in the end, she kicks him in the face. I'm sorry to paint this scenario, and I'm leaving it at this. Just an illustration. The point is that we looked for shelter, but that didn't work either. So everywhere else, it has failed. And this is what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. One has to become to the point that one is baffled, right? Baffled by fate, baffled by the material energy, completely baffled. I mean, baffled basically means like, don't know what to do, don't know what to say, I mean, don't know what move to make next. I am baffled. It is at that stage where maybe one should start chanting. At that stage of being baffled, one should actually start chanting, first hesitantly, Hare Krishna, but then with determination, Hare Krishna, like that. Or in Kirtan, it is there where one should turn to the holy name. And it is there where that mood of despair comes in. A beggar, one looking for mercy, there is an element of despair. If we are chanting just routinely, if we're chanting just because it's the process for this age, somehow or other, no other process in this age works. Anyway, gotta do it. If that's the... then we hear that one must chant out of love. But that is something, even with a telescope, you know, one cannot approach that platform. That is so high. Who can chant out of love? It's very interesting, sometimes the discussion comes on the difference between Kirtan and the difference between Japa. And how in Kirtan, it's so easy. Sachinandan Swami, king of melodies, pulls another amazing melody out of the head. Where he gets them all, nobody knows. But one is better than the other. And everyone is swooning. Right? He starts that real slow and sort of, but then builds it up. And everyone is going. One gets absorbed. 2 hours fly by. It's nothing. Right? Now go to Sachinanda Maharaj's Japa retreat, and it's a 64 round day, for which he's pepped you up the whole week, you know, with different anecdotes and lectures, and finally come to the point, okay, I want to do it, I'm gonna do it, yes, I'm motivated, I really want it, and then, oh boy, oh God, 64. Crunch the numbers. Sooner or later it's going to be a crunch of the numbers, even in spite of all the coaching and everything, isn't it? So why is that? Why is it then that we have to every day chant 16 rounds? Why can't we just have every day 2 hours kirtan in the morning? It would be so much easier. Then we just go, we would fly right through it, 2 hours of kirtan. Instead of 2 hours of japa. What's the difference if there are no hard and fast rules for chanting the holy name? Why do we have to chant japa anyway? Why can't we just have kirtan? That would be much easier. Don't know if you chanted 16 rounds yet. I haven't. And oh boy, I'm already thinking, how am I going to squeeze them in today in the festival? Yeah. Well, one thing in kirtan is that you just feed of other people's energy. We are together, nourishing each other and like bringing out enthusiasm, bringing out taste, and just when we were sort of feeling there's too many people in this room, then, you know, the kirtan leader really did well, and you sort of forget that for a moment. Like that, we get lifted up by the entire atmosphere. But in japa, it's not like that. In japa, we are being exposed. In japa, it comes out who we really are. It's like, it's sobering, you know. It's like just when you thought, I'm getting really advanced, I'm crying tears in Madhava's kirtan, maybe it's Baba. The next morning in japa, the truth comes out, for sure. It is really clear where we actually are. So it's a good balance between the two, between japa and kirtan. I mean, both, right? One is quite sobering, the other one is just very uplifting. And in this way, both ways of chanting the holy name are gradually purifying us and gradually bringing us to that point where we come to our limit from I've tried to be a devotee and still I'm not. Everybody thinks I am. But the truth of the matter is, I am not. All the other devotees look at me and they think, oh, you're such a nice devotee. They talk about me, they have websites, everything, all over Facebook. But the truth is, I am not. I'm not. Not at all. No love, no devotion at all. I can fake it really well by now. I'm very good at it. I mean, just that sort of breathing before chanting, in between. So many ways. Yeah. So that stage, the stage of being baffled, the stage of realizing I'm not getting there, I'm getting old, I'm losing it day by day. I have to check my toothbrush to see if it's wet. Then I know I've brushed my teeth. Memory is going down day by day. Gradually, old age, I'm hiding it, but it's catching up, you know. Superstar is not that super anymore. That's the truth. I'm getting reduced quickly to my natural position. Pura Musika Bhav. Be a mouse again. The mouse I actually always was. Although I tried to act like I had become a tiger, danda and all, the truth is still a mouse. Now at this stage, the stage of defeat, the stage where one has to admit, I haven't made it. Maybe at this stage I can pray to the Vaishnavas. Please forgive me for all my foolishness, all my harshness, all my arrogance, and just think kindly of me. Because your thoughts, if you think kindly of me, then maybe Krishna will somehow give me some strength to for once really chant Hare Krishna, so that I can get some mercy. And if I die before all that has been successfully achieved, then I pray that you will pray for me while you're looking at my corpse, and that I hope then that Krishna will bestow some mercy upon me. That's basically the scenario. That's more or less where it's really at. You know, like stripped from all beautiful decoration and everything. Bottom line. And sooner or later, we're all going to get there. I remember, I'm almost finished. I remember I was in the intensive care with an oxygen mask and tubes in, and I was conscious. And I looked next, I sort of moved my eyes, and I saw that in the bed next to me there was someone else exactly the same. And I looked at the other side and saw someone else in another bed exactly the same. Although apparently the guy next door was 90, the other guy had walked under a bus and was still young, and I was there for another reason. But I realized it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter where we came from. It doesn't matter anymore how we came here, whether it was a bus or whether it was age or whether it was a bullet. We're all here in the same position now, right? On the edge. And it's all been brought down. We've all been reduced to the same thing. It's come to the same point. And now I need all the mercy I can get. Now I need it. So that's the bottom line. So I pray that before that day comes, whenever it comes, that I may get a little more serious about taking shelter of this holy name, because there is no limit to it. And I must say, these kirtan events, they help. They help. They give me taste, they give me inspiration. And that's why I came. That's why I thought, no. I first thought, forget it. You know, too far. Then I thought, no, not that far. You know, it was far. I'm so tired. But somehow or other, that mercy is something. We need it. We need it. So I'm happy to be here in the Radhadesh Mellows again. And I can take one comment or one question because it is too late. Let's see. Seniors are first, not the one who is the quickest on the draw. But if there's no one, I'll go to sleep and then see what comes. You won.
Radhe. Thank you for
Don't say that, just come to the mic.
Okay. It's a very nice song of Rupa Goswami.
What?
It's a very nice song of Rupa Goswami.
Yeah.
And it's Krishna Deva Bhavanta Vande. And he is playing, Oh Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, I offer my prayer to you. Please let the bee of my mind be offered the nectar of honey of your lotus feet. In other words, please let it have the taste of ras, of those lotus feet, so that I will never attracted to anything else.
Good. Thank you very much. No, I do. Thank you very much. And, yes, the Acharyas offered us many amazing treasures, and we don't have time to open up the treasure box, but we hear, we serve, and we chant. So let us continue and just chant the holy name and see what happens. I thank you for being listening to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai.
Kadamba Kanana Swami.